Cucaracha, la cucaracha, ya no puede caminar. Yay! It is dun dun part 2 of the podcast.
After podcast.
This is the after podcast where we talk about
geez.
how much tequila is enough tequila.
We found out
Yeah,
tonight, I guess.
probably like 5 tequilas.
5 tequilas is enough.
5 tequilas.
I think
Two-
if you have more
6
than
is
5.
too many.
Yeah.
George is wearing
You
the
can't have-
shades.
you
I
can't
think.
have-
Six will get you into a Rebecca state.
Yeah, you don't want to
You
get.
don't want to turn into a
Listen, if you're gonna be Rebecca, have some way of getting home.
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah, you
Be a safe
crazy.
Rebecca. A safe Rebecca is a good Rebecca.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
and-
wants to be the crazy Rebecca.
and be a nice John too. You know, John.
Yeah, be a
Look
John
out for,
tonight.
Look out for Rebecca.
Be a John tonight, everyone.
Yeah, be a John.
If you're in a situation where you're a John, be a good John.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the after podcast where many lucky of our subscribers, you beautiful people out there, our amigos, are listening to extra content. And we're coming through with some cool things in this episode, this little mini-sode.
So what are we up to?
Well, I mean, I want to give a little bit, because I think one of my favorite heroes of this whole Franco-Mexican War was Benito Juárez, right?
Of course.
It's our
We
boy.
love Benito Juárez. He tried. He tried his best.
He did his best, and he ran away.
It's like he had the
came back.
job that nobody wanted
And he did a good job.
until he decided he didn't want to do it, and he was just like, all right, screw it. Like,
Then-
they got it.
Didn't they kick him
He's
out?
like, yo, we did
He
it.
was exiled.
So
But then he was like, oh, damn, they're coming out with a lot of guys.
Mhm.
And he was like,
He didn't want the sauce.
He got some sauce.
He got some hot sauce down at Cancun
And the
in
casino.
a nice little penny slot machine called his name, where it was tequila shots and margaritas for
No
the
more
rest
than
of his
5.
days. Well, we'll give you a follow up. We know what happened to Benito Juárez after he went into exile.
Like, real.
Yeah, so what really happened was he went into exile, went into hiding because the conservative imperialist forces of Mexico paired up with Napoleon III, and they overtook the country. So as soon as that happened, our technician Andre is here as well, everyone. He showed us
He's
a
always
picture
doing
of
what he's
Benito
doing.
Juárez, and he's a funny-looking guy. But yeah, so after that whole aspect,
When
they
you get exiled.
yeah, he got exiled, and France took it. Mexico decided when they took it back to re-elect Benito Juárez as
bring
their
back our boy.
bring back our boy. He came back up. They re-elected him,
Mhm.
and he ruled for another 4 years as president, and he did some good stuff. He
They all were just hoping that he wasn't going to leave again.
right.
What happened after the 4 years?
Hmm.
Oh,
Dun dun dun.
Oh, no.
Game over. He had a heart attack.
Well,
The stresses of being president of a
of
Or-
Mexico.
there was a secret.
oh.
There's
I
a
don't
secret
know.
story that
There's
a lot
a
of people
secret
don't
story
know
that only
about.
we know
Yeah.
that we're gonna tell you today about Benito Juárez after his death and representing the legacy he left behind. But so we'll bring you into that. We'll bring you into the
Gotta
Los
let you guys
Amigos
know what
story
happened
time.
after. What happened with Benito? You know.
All right, so let's
Here
get
we
into
go.
this story. So let's bring us back to present day.
Mm-hmm.
The year is 2008,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's Cinco de Mayo.
Where are we?
Yeah.
Arriba!
Uh-huh.
Are we in Mexico or?
Nah, we're in Missouri,
Oh,
Oh.
close.
close to Mexico.
So you know the Arriba is really the Americans saying all that garbage.
Absolutely. It's 3 frat guys dressed up as a mariachi
Oh.
band,
Always.
and they go through the party going, "Ay, ay, 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 ay." And everybody's just like, "Ah, damn it,
Specifically
Not
Rodrigo.
again.
they're not again." So, yeah, so this brings us to the frat house of
What's the name of the
Missouri
fraternity?
State University,
Uh-huh.
and the frat house,
Alpha.
Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Uh-huh.
Sin. Alpha Sigma Sigma, Alpha Sigma,
Okay.
Alpha Sigma. So there's a lot of Alpha Sigma.
There's a lot of
Man,
Alpha
wait, so
Sigmas.
there's 3, how many? So Alpha Sigma Sigma Alpha Sigma Alpha Sigma?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that is a long name.
Yeah, ASASS.
Uh-huh.
You never heard of that one?
No,
It's in Missouri.
it's in the University of
Yeah,
Missouri.
clearly.
That's why we don't know.
Yeah, and these guys are partying hard, man. It's this frat house is having their Cinco de Mayo party.
Of course.
It's just gonna be a good time. A whole bunch of guys. They got mohawks,
Cargo shorts.
cargo shorts, tight
Sandals.
shirts, sandals. They have just beads and sombreros on. It's just a
Maracas.
it's
did
just-
you mention the maracas?
Ponchos.
yeah.
Just
got
a
all that.
classic celebration.
Yeah.
Here.
So they're having a good time. They're throwing this frat party, and we're gonna focus on one of the guys. His name was Gregory
Gregory, of course.
Simpson.
What's up, Gregory?
Nothing much.
Hey, how you doing today? You liking the party?
Yeah, it's tight.
Are you drunk?
How many drunks do you have?
I had a couple Alabama Slammers
Oh
and a Long Island. And I crushed a PBR on my nutsack.
There it
Of
is.
course.
Yeah, we party hard at
Yeah,
Alpha
Gregory-
Sigma.
Gregory parties pretty hard. And he's joined by his best friend, Steve Gibson.
What's up, Steve?
Steve Gibson.
How you doing, Steve?
Who's Steve?
So the thing about Steve is, he's been there way too long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
he's-
at this frat for a while,
He's
actually.
5 years in the frat.
He still hasn't decided his major.
5 years in, still doesn't want to know.
He'll come up with it eventually, though. He's just every time you try to talk to him about his major, it's so misleading. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just taking the requirements right now, and I'm trying to get into a 5-year program."
10-year
It's actually a
school.
true story.
Yeah, so we don't. He's just at this frat for way too long, and he's just real creepy too. He's hitting on all the girls.
Hey, Vanessa, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Oh, okay.
There, that's it. That ends. And then it's just awkward silence. Just them staring at
And he
each
just
other.
looks at her.
Yeah, and he's like,
with
look,
intent
and he's just staring at her drink, waiting for the opportunity to
to
just.
spike it.
Oh, God damn you, Steve! Every time.
God damn it. But so that's Steve at the party. But so Steve and
Got Gregory and Steve.
So Greg and Steve, they're just trying to get hammered. They're just trying to lay with some females that night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, typical Missouri frat, Alpha Sigma stuff. Alpha Sigma stuff. So there's a problem though.
What's the problem?
All of a sudden, there's no beer left in the fridge.
They didn't plan it.
What happened to all the beer?
All
was
the freshmen
there was
came in.
three kegs
Yeah.
that tapped. There was a 48 pack in the fridge, and it disappeared.
Who took it?
Nobody. This
Was it the
party's locked
freshmen?
down.
Freshmen
The
didn't take it.
freshmen barely know how to communicate normally. they're in the party like me are freshmen.
What?
Can I have beer, please?
Can I have drink? that's the freshman right now.
my drink?
Yeah, so like they're just this unrefined, chaotic looking people that just have to develop over the next couple of years. But Greg and my man Steve have been on lockdown in this party right now. They've been supervising, and
Yeah,
they
they
don't
have
know
the
what happened
supply.
in this case.
They have their eyes on their fridge, on the door, so they see
Right.
who's
On
leaving.
Vanessa.
There's
And
cameras.
Vanessa.
Steve is kind of. This is why Steve's a little.
He's always
weird.
got one eye on her.
Steve's got the house wired pretty much with like video surveillance and
on
in
every
the
room.
bathrooms too. He has to watch. He has to watch what goes down in there. So
Steve's been there too long.
he's
man.
wiretapped this entire place. So he knows the ins and outs. He knows where if there's anything leaving or coming into this
So
party.
So he
goes to
checks
go-
to his
yeah, he checks
security.
the
So he
tapes.
checks the tapes. And
What happened?
There's some real suspicious, spooky stuff going on.
What's happening?
One of the tapes, all of a sudden, focused in on the kitchen with the door. The door opens by itself in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden, you see the 48 pack of beer
Just rise.
just rise and float out and go out and disappear into the backyard.
No.
So, and then all of a sudden, it gets that little static.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
and,
mean?
and like the video feed just cuts out.
Right,
And then it cuts back in.
right.
Perfectly
So now it's a strange situation here.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's happened? This is unexplained. So Steve and Greg are getting freaked out.
Bruh. Greg, you saw that?
Dude, god damn it.
How do you have all these tapes?
Damn it, man.
And while they're
Now
like,
we're gonna get fucking plastered.
We don't have any beer.
Damn it, man. It's cool. They're totally alright. They're alright with it for now.
This happened a number of times.
Yeah, they're cool. So they go to the kitchen. They're investigating, and they notice that on the floor
Ooh.
they're scraping up. They're doing some
Some
forensics. They're
CSI.
doing some forensics.
some mud prints.
Yeah.
No, they find pico de gallo.
Yeah.
They
They
find
found some pico de gallo on
Yeah.
the floor.
and then it's
Is
like,
it spicy?
Benito's favorite salsa.
Uh huh. So I mean, they're real suspicious. They're like, bruh, this pico de gallo.
Yeah, they
I
say
love
awfully.
it.
What
I
the
love
hell,
pico de.
dude?
And
You
start,
got any chips, bro?
bro, I didn't know we were slamming some mechs in here. That's exactly what he says. So
Slamming some mechs.
So they don't know
Oh.
where this pico de gallo came from.
Yeah, they don't have a single idea of what's happening.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, bruh.
Oh, gunshots?
Oh,
What-
duck! Everyone
what's-
duck!
What's that?
No, it's just those were the loud noises that they heard going upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was gunshots.
That's all
see
they
hear
some-
that. Oh,
they
they're like,
hear that upstairs.
but they just discount it because it's Cinco
Yeah,
de Mayo
but
party.
the radio is downstairs though. So how do they hear
Yeah.
it upstairs?
Oh,
See what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
spooky. So Steve is like, I got this.
Yeah, Steve
I'm
goes,
gonna go. He's a little hammered.
but Gregory stays.
and he's got an eye on Vanessa at all
Yeah,
times.
because I think he's on like Molly.
Yeah.
He's on something because he's just weird.
Definitely on hard drugs.
Yeah, he's sweating.
He is perspirating
It's
all over
it's
the floor.
cold in
It's gross.
Missouri,
It's gross.
but he's sweating for some reason. So, anyways,
It's actually gross.
so they start going upstairs, and as you hear the
He opens-
footsteps,
Does he open the door?
he's doing. You hear the footsteps. They're going up the stairs, and then in the distance they hear.
but it's way slower than it was
It's
before.
way slower.
It's really creepy.
Get the hell out of my country.
So, hold up. So Benito screams out the door saying, "Get out of my country." In Missouri? Is that what he says?
Well, that's what they think they heard.
Oh, okay.
But the voice was pretty faint, so you
So
couldn't
Steve
really.
needs to double check.
Yeah. So what happens is they go and open the door to where they heard that mysterious noise,
Oh shit.
and nothing. Nobody's there.
Nothing but
Nothing's
an
there.
open window
An open
Bottle
window and a
caps.
smell of
What
a
a-
burrito.
Oh.
with a lot of frijoles.
Do you smell that, Steve?
Smells
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
It smells like burritos.
Can you put some more meat on it?
Can we get double
I'm
meat?
getting gypped.
Can we get double meat? Yeah. So they're just right now they're sweating bullets.
They're excited over a
It
non-existent
is
burrito.
so spooky right now. They don't know what's going on. But we find out something.
What do they find out?
Steve gets a text message. He hears the ding,
From an unknown caller.
and he thinks it's one of the freshman girls from downstairs. 'Cause
Yeah.
Vanessa,
you know how
Vanessa's hitting them up.
Vanessa, you know how like the freshman girls they text drunk at parties, and he's expecting to open up his messages and read a text that says, I drink," just like
Yeah, because even the freshman girls are cavemen.
right. Everyone's just so unsophisticated, and they're just completely hammered. So those
their
texts make
texts.
no sense. But to Steve, that's an easy pass, right?
Yeah,
so
he knows.
that's what he's expecting to open up.
5 years, he knows how to translate freshman texts.
Exactly. So he opens up his text, and it's from an anonymous number, an unknown number, and there's a voicemail attached to it. So
Uh-huh.
he's like, all right, I gotta listen to this.
It could be the poon downstairs.
He puts in his pin because this is 2008. I think that's how
Yeah,
you.
Nokia?
I don't know what he's got. What do they have in
A
2008?
razor?
Like the iPhone 1S 2. I don't know. So he's opening it up,
1S.
and he's listening to his voicemail, and all you hear is the same
Even
thing.
slower.
Even slower. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no.
Get out of my country. So Steve's screaming. He's flipping out.
He's out of control.
And like he put it on speaker, so Greg heard it too. When Greg goes, wait a minute, I've heard that voice before.
Yeah.
Greg's got a secret.
Oh, what's the secret?
Greg
What does he
then
know?
goes on to explain how he's heard this voice throughout his entire childhood.
Yep.
And Steve's like, what happened, man? Like,
From the first time he went to
bro,
Mexico.
you heard this? You heard this already, bro? You heard this noise? So
He asked like 4
he
times.
has to repeat himself like 500
they're
times
drunk.
because he's
They're so drunk.
he's just sweating bullets and he's just drunk out of his mind. And Greg's like, yeah. I've heard this, man. And he goes on to explain his backstory. Greg.
So he went on vacation to Mexico
Greg went on vacation in Mexico when he was 6.
once summer.
One summer.
Where
with
specifically did he go?
Puebla City.
Oh.
The infamous site of the
Wow.
Battle of Puebla City.
Can you believe it?
I can't. So then he went there to visit because he actually had some relatives there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going through like the old
So-
Puebla City. I don't know if there's ruins. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it still up?
Probably,
right.
maybe,
They
I
got
don't know.
did
Discovers
they
a
renovate
hidden-
it?
We
like a
don't
hidden
have these
door.
facts.
We don't know if Puebla City's still thing.
An
So-
employees only door.
So is Greg Mexican?
No.
But he has his relatives there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'll tell you who this relative is.
Who are his relatives?
Napoleon the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Wow. He actually didn't. What ended up happening was
me
Napoleon
know.
III didn't go back to France. He hid out
In Mexico.
in Mexico and became a bartender.
Okay.
And
They didn't notice.
And they didn't notice. And he started trying to fit in. He built a family. He decided ruling wasn't his thing anymore. He just wanted to live his life and hide out in Mexico.
Because he can never top, the original
Right.
Napoleon.
He was like, this is too much pressure.
Yeah, fuck
So he set up his own family there, and Greg is actually a relative. He is a descendant of the Napoleon bloodline.
that. So Greg Bonaparte.
Greg boned some hoes.
Wow.
That's what they call him in
that's
the
what
frat.
that's what they called him in the frat. But no, that's exactly where Benito Juárez comes into the story,
How does it? What happened?
because he just wanted his revenge. He was so mad. He hated that he exiled him, and he vowed to curse and haunt this family bloodline for eternity.
So what other encounters did Greg have?
Greg was taking a shit one day.
It's a perfect time.
Taking a shit after
Mm-hmm.
a weekend bender where he was just down in PBRs and Missouri beer.
It's smashing.
Yeah, and I don't know what he was doing, but
Just
he was
flying
taking
around.
a shit, and all he heard was dun, 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 dun.
Coming from the toilet seat.
coming
Yeah,
from
it
the
was-
toilet seat.
It was a little muffled because it was underwater, but you could hear it.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay. And then there's been other
He
times.
just shrugged it off, those. And then the second time it happened,
Well, the second time it happened, he was at a Chipotle.
of course.
And he goes up to the line, and it was a guy, and asked him, "Okay, well, what do you want on your burrito?" Greg goes, the obvious. You put black beans and brown rice, right?
Yeah.
Going down the line, chicken, all that. So he, Greg did his full order. He gets to the end. There's no burrito. the guy that did his whole thing was disappeared.
He just vanished.
Yeah, and then all you heard in the back was, "I'm getting my revenge."
I'm gonna get my revenge.
I'm gonna get my revenge. So,
And what about the third time?
the third time,
The final time.
was at
Besides
this
this
party.
Oh, at this part-
It
oh,
was
it
at
was
the
the party,
party.
okay.
Yeah, it didn't happen too much. It's just that Greg's drunk, and he could have swore he saw someone across the street that looked like the ghost of Benito Juárez. But,
He's always drunken.
Yeah. So, basically, now they have to figure out a way to get Benito Juárez's spirit out of this frat house, and they don't really know what they're doing. They're like, all right, well, we got to do some kind of a seance. So, they do a seance.
Mm-hmm.
They get, the characters. They get Steve, Greg, Vanessa's in there, because you got to keep them close.
Steve wanted to
Steve's
get
just,
that
honestly,
whole time.
honestly, he doesn't know what's going on, but he knows he just wants to smash. That's it.
If he gets to smash Vanessa,
So
I think he'll
he's
be
just
alright.
hoping this is this whole presser. You know what I mean?
the seance.
Vanessa and it's just three of them.
No professional
Yeah,
seance.
because
for her.
you don't want to bring too many people into this because you don't want to scare the house. You want the party to still go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they're doing this seance. They sit down.
Upstairs. Well,
Yeah.
the party's still going on.
Party's still
right?
going on.
Freshmen are still grunting.
And they start performing the seance. They do the ritual. And the ritual is, what's the ritual?
They're just all right. So they gather all together, right, in a circle, and they close the lights, and they just make sure that nobody has any sort of Mexican food items. Greg knows exactly what's going on, right? Because
Mhm.
he's encountered this person before, and every time Mexican food items were involved, something bad happened. So they decided to make sure that there was no Mexican food items around,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the seance. What do they say? What do you think they said?
They start doing La Cucaracha.
Exactly.
In a circle, they
Yeah.
circle.
They go
They do it slow though.
La Cucaracha.
Cha.
La Cucaracha. Greg starts throwing up a little bit 'cause
He's drunk.
He's a little
But that's
drunk.
part of the
drunk.
ritual too.
But it's
though.
okay. It's part of the ritual.
It works.
Yeah.
You need
So
some throw up.
they
to make it
do.
work.
They finish the cucaracha, and all of a sudden, from the center of this séance, some mist appears, and it just. Everyone's freaking out,
Everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
and
Greg
then it
throws
goes
up
quiet.
again.
It goes quiet, and Greg and Steve look at each other like, "What the hell happened?" And then they look over at Vanessa. She's possessed.
Vanessa
Her
is
eyes roll
Benito.
back. All you hear is her neck starts twisting a little bit, and then she starts speaking. she gives out a little grunt.
Vanessa's a freshman.
Yeah, she's still a freshman. Remember that. She goes,
Yeah.
I am Benito
Oh.
Juárez, and I've come for my revenge.
Everyone throws up at the same time.
It's just a strange sequence of events. So,
Gregory
you
must
know,
be really scared.
Greg, doing quick thinking, he knows he's trapped the spirit. What he does is he pulls out a Goya. a Goya tortilla. Empty Goya
Large
tortilla.
One, a large one.
Yeah, rolls it up into a circle
Mm-hmm.
and points it at him and goes, "Not today, demon." I don't know. He heard that in a movie somewhere. He thought it was cool. Not today. And all of a sudden, Benito Juárez goes,
Oh, shit.
"No."
It gets sucked into the.
How did you know?
My one weakness.
My one weakness. And
Goya
then Greg
tortilla.
goes, "This is for not give me that burrito at Chipotle that one time, you son of a bitch." And then all of a sudden, the spirit just comes out of Vanessa's mouth. "No, please, no. Get out of my country." And then just wraps in
Not
aluminum foil and all. Just
Not again, Napoleon.
Yep. And he just wraps up into a nice, perfect burrito, and the day is saved.
Where did he put the burrito so that nobody
Yeah.
could ever release Benito?
They dug it in the backyard.
The backyard.
Yeah.
Something
And
tells me there's a part 2.
there will be a part 2.
The return of Benito Juárez.
The return of Benito Juárez during I don't know, what's another Mexican holiday?
Day of Independence. I don't know.
Benito Juárez's birthday.
Benito Juárez's birthday.
We'll have to figure out that day. I don't know. But
He's gonna be a significant figure in our podcast.
Yeah,
for years
so-
to come.
Yeah, he was great, and they saved the day. The party went well. Greg, I don't think he smashed
No, but
Steve.
Vanessa gave
because
Steve.
Vanessa passed out.
Yeah, but Vanessa gave Steve her number.
Okay,
So
that's pretty PG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna get. I thought you were
I
gonna
was
say
gonna
something
go
else.
pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they decided to take it slow.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Steve
Steve sucked another guy off in the bathroom.
God damn you, Steve.
Couldn't. Steve is ambidextrous, you know.
Just because he just wanted to try it. You know,
You know.
he got a little curious.
He's 5 years of wondering.
Yeah, he's always thought about it. He was like, all this that happened tonight, might as well, right?
Who do you suck off?
Greg's cousin. He's a freshman, so he was in there like, this
like that.
this feels go. So that concludes the story
Oh,
of the
shit.
haunting of Benito Juárez.
Benito Juárez's revenge.
Yeah, Alpha Sigma 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 Alpha Sigma.
We should have picked this smaller name.
Yeah, we could have easily came up with a better.
Oh man, I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was
'cause
fun.
That was hilarious.
We had a good time telling that one, and I'm sure Benito Juárez will return. So
I think he's grateful for sharing his story.
yeah, I'm sure he's somewhere right now listening to us completely mock the shit out of him. What was that? Did you hear that? Maybe he's in this very room to this day. And thank you. Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
listening, guys.
That concludes this little 20-minute short segment, mini-sode to our Patreon viewers. Thank you for being great.
Thanks for
Thanks for being here.
pledging.
And we'll see you on episode 3, our next episode.
Adios, amigos.
Until then, happy Cinco de Mayo from Dylan. Dave.
George.
And we are
stuttering today.
Los
Los.
Amigos.
Los.
You thought we were gonna do it.
Yeah, you thought we were gonna do the barbershop quartet.
Not today.
Fuck that.
See you later.
Later.
Hey.